Season 4, Episode 11. Light-O-Rama CTB 16 PCG3 controllers. Today is the day I'm going to start to set up my controllers. I have my radio all set and my transmitter all set right there. This computer I will be using, the program is on there. This is what is going to be connected to the 100 footer from the controllers. I'll show you where I'm going to locate them in a minute. This is my weather radio that I use for weather report during the hurricane season. As you know, the hurricane season goes to the end of this month, the end of November 2024. I am playing around right now with using 107.3 FM. So I got the radio tuned to 107.3 FM and I got the tuner. I'm going to keep it on there for a while to make sure that this channel is empty, not in use. So as far as in the garage is concerned, this is all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go over and show you where the controllers are going to be placed. These are my two controllers. This is number 1 and this is number 2. In order to communicate with the computer, that is my 100 footer, and in order for each of these controllers to communicate with each other, I've got a 25 footer. So for the radio, I'm planning to use 107.3 FM, and one of the best way that to find out if this channel is being used or not is simply to tune into it like I'm doing right now, and if there is no static, of which on this one there is none, it's a pretty good chance that it is not being used. But I'm going to leave it on like this for the rest of the day and to see if it's being used. If it's being used, obviously I can't use it. I got to go to another one. And there's lots of them in any area that you live. Here is the backboard that I'm going to put those two controllers on. I am going to put this backboard right in this spot and then attach the controllers and the power supply to it. I'll do that right now. Okay, DIY. I got the backboard set where I want it. I made sure to leave a little space in the back of it because although the controllers are waterproof, I always like to put a big garbage bag over it, so guarantee that there's no water hitting the controllers. This is Florida. The soil is all sand, so it doesn't take much time to dig a hole and bury the backboard in it. Next thing I'm going to do is put on the controllers. Controllers are onto the backboard. They're wired up, they're screwed on. In previous years I normally use one power source, so I would have one power grid right there. But this year I'm going to be using 2 separate ones, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So this is all set and done right here, and these are the connections that's going to be plugged into the power. In a little bit I'm going to plug in the data 100 footer and 25 footer. I'm going to do that right now. The communication cables are all wired up. This is the 20 footer. I keep saying 25 footer. It's a 20 footer. It goes into the extreme right receptacle right there. Then it goes out of box 1. I'm going to go into box 2, and then it goes into center, the middle receptacle right there. So that is the 20 footer communicating box 1 on box 2. In order to communicate with the computer, this is the 100 footer. It goes into the extreme right receptacle of box number 2. And you can see I have it pulled out there. I'm going to pull it in a little bit. And this is the 100 footer right there. Comes out through the bottom and it's going to go around here. And here it is coiled up now. I'm going to thread it snake it from here into the garage where the computer is. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, I just finished snaking the 100 footer on box number 2. You can see it run on the outside of my garden. Side of my house. Under the mat in the front porch. And then right across the garden here. I just replanted this. In South Florida, this is the time of year when you plant vegetables and flowers, quite unlike the Northeast. So here it runs, comes under here, and then it comes right into the computer right there. Next, I'm going to run the power. The power for box number 1 will be coming from this source right here. I've had this here now for about 5 years. I had a licensed electrician to come in and put this one on the outside of the house for Christmas lights. So box number 1 is coming from there. And this is another set of outlets I have for Christmas lights. This is box number 2 will be coming from here. This is the first time that I'm doing it like that. I always have both boxes come from one source, but I got so much more lights this year, decided to wire them from 2 different sources. So this outlet here is gonna serve box number 2. So my control center for all of my lights is all set. As you can see, I've got my FM radio right there. I got my FM radio transmitter to transmit the music to the end of my driveway for those who want to drive by and pick it up on their radio. This right here says power FM radio and radio transmitter. At the end of the night when the show is over at 11 o'clock, all I have to do is just hit that one switch, and that kills, if I do it now, that kills the FM radio and FM transmitter until the next day at 6 o'clock when I turn them back on manually. Then over here, what I've done is, as I said, those box 1 and 2's got their independent power coming from 2 different sources from the house that I showed you in the previous video. But the way that I wired it is from those sources, it comes into this power strip. So at the end of the night again, once I hit that button right there, I will kill that box, and then I will kill the second box. So I don't have to go out there to turn it off. Some night it might be raining. So everything is controlled from right here. The only thing that I have to do is on the computer, then I shut that down. At 11 o'clock, the shows will be finished. And then the next day, we start again at 6 o'clock. So you can see that they're back on, and I'm going. Now, I am going to turn these on, both of these, and once I get down to the box, we should see a blinking red light. And if they're there, then I'm good, I'm done. I just need to set up my lights and get that part of the whole thing going. So I'm gonna go over to the boxes now. Okay, so here we are at box 1 and 2. I'm gonna open box 1, and you can see that that flashing red light is there. It means that everything is a go. Open box 2, and box 2 I've got that flashing blinky red light. Means that everything is set and ready to go if my lights were up. That won't be done until a couple weeks, but this part of the job is completed. So this is the last thing that I do is, as I said, put a big old plastic bag over the whole structure. I know that both boxes are supposed to be waterproof, and I believe that they are, but I still like to cover it up. I know that the 2 power strips at the bottom is not waterproof, so I cannot have water go into them. So this is the last thing for my Light-O-Rama setup. Next time I talk about this, it's when I put up all the lights and let these things control them. See you then.